How you doing, folks? Papa Joe here. Let me put that window up. I got something on my chest besides this green shirt. I want to get it off. Something on my chest, not the green shirt. Put this down. Alright. A friend of mine did a post. He shared one that I'd shared. He got a conversation started. And there was somebody got on there claiming not to be a Republican or a Democrat. They were just an American. And the post was about illegals. And actually, the post was about a woman that was saying how if Donald Trump got in office, he was going to destroy their neighborhood because there's a bunch of illegals. She point blank admitted she was illegal. Her mother was illegal. Her dad was illegal. He got sent off to jail or got deported 8 years ago. I told you parts of this in another post or another video. Well, he had shared that. Well, that got this woman going on about Trump and walls, and we shouldn't build walls. And on she went. You couldn't explain nothing to her. And I'm reading what they're exchanging. So finally, I asked her. I said, what is your solution to the illegals? And I capitalized illegals. And she came back and said, I find it amusing that you used all caps on illegals. But it was a fair question, but she couldn't give me an answer. So, I did some more driving and comments got made, and I stopped taking a break and I read the comments. And I told her, I said, I used all caps on illegal because people like you keep trying to confuse legal and illegal. I said, the American people that I know do not have a problem with any foreigners coming to America legally. Legally. We welcome them open armed. The illegals coming over and leeching off the benefits, we have problems with. So she goes and tries to start comparing these illegals coming across the southern border to the refugees of World War I, World War II, and all this good stuff, and how as America we welcomed them open armed. And I told her, I said, again, you are confusing yourself. Those people was coming here legally. That's the whole difference. We're talking about illegal. And she just refused to grasp the difference between legal and illegal. And I did some more of my driving. Then when I came back, I seen that she was exchanging comments with my friend. And she went as far as to compare illegal immigrants to jaywalkers. They're both breaking the law. I'm like, if you can go to those extremes, I'm done with you. You're willingly being stupid. Willingly. You refuse to see what's happening. You refuse to see what they're doing to our country. You refuse to see the truth. She made the comment that she didn't see where they was trying to change our country. Really. well, up in Michigan. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm sure it's real close to Dearborn. They have, first time in the history of the United States, Muslims have the control over a city council. First time in the history of the United States. The town had been majority of Polish immigrants. And one of the Muslims that got voted in, I think he got voted in or whatever it was, he made a comment that we'll show the Polacks now. Really? Now, according to the media and a few other bleeding hearts, he was being misquoted. He didn't mean it like it sounded. How come it's always, whenever it's a Democrat or a bleeding heart, it's never like it sounded? But if it's Trump, it's worse than it sounded. If it's a Republican, it's worse than it sounded. If it's me or you trying to protect our country or our rights, it's worse than what it sounded. But only on their side of the fence is it not as bad as it sounded. He was misquoted. Huh. It's amazing how that works. Now we'll see how that all works out up there. You remember Kim Davis? Ain't that what her name was? Kim Davis, the gal from Kentucky? She refused to sign the marriage certificate for the gay couple, and she wound up going to jail by Obama's government. They locked her up for contempt. You remember the cake bakers? Been two different sets of them. Fined out the kazoo for not wanting to make a gay cake. They, all three of them, based it on their religious beliefs. Ain't good enough. Oh, no. Ain't good enough. You must do this stuff. Huh. There is a Muslim woman, I can tell you her name here in a second. She took a job as a flight attendant. Don't tell me I lost my article. I think I lost my article. I lost my article. She took, her name was Cheryl something. She converted over to being a Muslim. She's American, born American. She converted over to being a Muslim. And she took a job as a flight attendant. Knowing, because you don't get hired for a flight attendant just overnight. Knowing what the job description was. She gets hired on. Part of the job description is serving alcohol. She refuses to serve alcohol. She is now suing the airline. Huh. We had a Muslim truck driver refused to haul a beer load. Wound up getting fired or let go. It was one of these, you either haul loads or you go home. We're a truck company, we haul loads. I can't haul beer, it's against my religion. He lost his job. Sued the truck company and won. I've seen articles of grocery stores where they don't want to get a job as a cashier, but they don't want to check out people that's got beer or cigarettes or pork. And these companies are being forced to pacify them. But yet there's no slack given to the Christians. Now you tell me how they're not changing our country. You tell me how our legal system isn't obviously, blatantly slapping us down as Americans with our freedoms. And we're supposed to have the freedom to be able to reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. So them cake bakers should have had that right to say no. The court said they didn't because the city had passed some bullshit law that if you are due service, you have due service for everybody. That ain't right. The county clerk, Kim Davis, anybody else in that office could have signed off on that. But they didn't want to either, and she was the head honcho. She went to jail. Why? Told you before, folks, we got a problem. If you're not awake, you need to wake up. There is a group, the Liberty Pledge. I've recently shared it on my wall and on the Facebook channel for this. Give me a second here. Might help if somebody put my glasses on. But bad word, bad word. I'm thinking of a bad word. There it is. The Liberty Pledge. Let me get rid of that little icon. I don't know how to put it where you can read it. The Liberty Pledge. You need to go there. They might have an idea that'll work. I don't know. I know our government is throwing us under the bus. The justice system is a joke. Obama's out of control. And as I feared, as a lame duck, he's going to do some crazy stuff. Back in January, he signed some of his executive orders. And one of them was an order, part of the executive order, that if you're on Social Security, if you're drawing Social Security benefits, the government has the right to take your gun. They're now starting to enforce that. They thought it was going to slide under nobody see it. Somebody caught it. This is more his just blatantly trying to go around our system. This ain't been through none of Congress, Senate, whatever. This is nothing but him and his phone and his ink pen having a little threesome. And guess who's getting screwed? Us, the American people. On this one, it's the senior citizens. Are you awake yet? Do you really give a damn what you gonna do? The Liberty Pledge. Go there. Check it out. A lot of reading. I hope you care enough that you'll read it. I hope you care enough that you'll try to do something to help. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. Have a blessed evening. Good night.